Hello, legal researchers. Welcome to Using Citators. My name is Jessica Almeida, and I am a librarian at UMass Law Library. In today's video, I will explain the use of citators in legal research and how to validate case law in Lexis and Westlaw. I will finish the video with some concluding thoughts and my contact information. From your reading of Chapter 8, you will be familiar with Voigt's definition of a citator, which is a research tool that informs a legal researcher which primary and secondary authorities have cited a particular legal authority. A citator is not only for finding similar cases. As Voight tells us, a citator also identifies which authorities agree or disagree with the cited legal authority. A citator is a signal system that explains if a case has been overruled or is still good law. Why do we use citators? Researchers use citators to help find additional cases on the legal issue you are researching. Citators also help you validate cases and understand the persuasive value of cases. There are two popular online citators. In Lexis, the citator system is called Shepard's. In Westlaw, it is called KeyCite. Let's next talk about how to use a citator. In both Lexis and Westlaw, we are looking for a tab or a button that says Citing References. Once you have clicked on that tab or button, you can filter your results by jurisdiction, depth of treatment, headnote, or you can narrow by keyword. Let's try an example. Next, I will go into each database and using Tinker v. Des Moines Independent Community School District, find additional cases that discuss substantial disruption. We are going to start in Lexis Plus. Once on the home page, I'm going to type in the case citation for Tinker, which is 393 US 503. This will bring us right to Tinker. On the left-hand side is the cases table of contents. You can see the section for headnotes, which you have already learned is a great way to find additional cases. You can find cases by using the tab at the top, Citing Decisions. Or if you're interested in reading a secondary source that cites the case, click on Other Citing Sources. For this example, we're looking for additional cases that discuss substantial disruption, so we will use the Citing Decisions tab. Once your results have loaded, you can use the filters on the left-hand side to narrow your results. You can narrow it by jurisdiction. In this case, Tinker is a Supreme Court case, so we want to look at how subsequent Supreme Court cases treat Tinker. You can also narrow your results by the depth of discussion, from analyzed to cited by, or you can look at the headnotes. In this example, we are looking for cases that cite Tinker to discuss a substantial disruption. So let's add that to the search within box. Notice that I placed the words in quotation marks. This is to tell the algorithm that I only want results where the words are together or treated as a phrase. Now we have limited our results to 5, making our research more efficient. Let's try the same thing, but this time in Westlaw. Once again, we type the case citation in the search box, 393 US 503. On the top of the case, you can see cases that have cited Tinker can be found under Citing References, and then click Cases. From here, click on the Filters tab on the left-hand side. You can limit by jurisdiction, depth of treatment, or headnote topics. Remember, in Westlaw, we always hit the Apply button. Just like in Lexis, I'm also going to add substantial disruption into the Search Within Results bar. Hit the blue Continue button, and then Apply. This brings my results down to 5 cases. Next, let's discuss how to validate cases using Shepards and KeyCite. In Lexis, you will see the Shepard signals, which tells us what type of treatment is indicated for our case. A red symbol tells us to stop, as there is a case in the citing references that contains strong and negative treatment. If you see an orange signal, it means it's being questioned and has been implicitly overruled. If you see a yellow signal, it means caution, because the case has received negative treatment. In Westlaw, you will see the KeyCite status flags. Red means warning that a case is no longer good for at least one point of law. A red striped flag means warning because it's been partially overruled. A yellow status flag tells us caution. There are negative references, citing references, with this case. A blue striped flag means that the case is being appealed. No matter what signal or status flag you see, you must investigate and understand the reason for the signal so that you do not miss case law that is important to your issue or statement of facts. Let's go back to Tinker and investigate the signals and flags associated with the case. As you can see in Lexis, there is an orange Q symbol, which tells us that the validity of the case has been questioned by at least one court. On the right-hand side, we can see the Shepard's report, with 2 cases questioning the validity of Tinker. When we click on the 2, we find the First Circuit court case that has overruled Tinker in part. To go to the part of the decision with the reasoning on Doe, just click on the page number. You will also see that Doe followed part of Tinker as well. Once again, it is so important to investigate why signals are there to determine if it makes a difference in your case. To get the full report, go back to the document and click Shepardize Document. From here, you can only look at Supreme Court cases with the phrase substantial disruption. Once my filters are applied, I can look the analysis to go further. Now let's see what type of status flag Tinker has in Westlaw. Here in Westlaw, we see a yellow status flag, denoting that the case has received negative treatment. You can see that Morse v. Frederick has declined to extend Tinker for some reason. To get the full report, you can use the Negative Treatment tab or go to Citing References and click on Cases. Click on Filters, scroll down to Treatment Status, and choose View Negative Only. Remember to hit the blue Apply button to apply your filters. You can also narrow by jurisdiction, and search within the results. Remember to always investigate any flags to determine why the case may have been overruled or received negative treatment. If you have any questions about citators or any aspects of legal research, feel free to email me directly or the law librarians at lawlib@umassd.edu. If you found this tutorial helpful, please consider checking out other videos on the Law Library's YouTube channel. Thanks for watching and have a great day.